This is the Mr.Nobody podcast. Choice. Part 3 of 3. So this is the time where I make a commitment, where I make a decision. Where I make a choice. Where I tell myself, where you kill yourself?
No, where I tell myself
what I'm going to do, the action or actions I'm going to take. Nobody cares, nobody cares, nobody cares, nobody cares, nobody cares. And the feelings behind those actions. The reasons. Reasons and feelings. I recently read a quote. Do tell. Paraphrase. I'll approximate. I can't really remember the exact quote, but effectually it said, just because we feel passionate is not enough of a justification for forsaking our reason. That we have to take on difficult things, not just with our emotions, but with our mind. Of course, I was like, fuck, man, that negates most of my podcasting, as most of this is complaining through art. That's pretty much it, that even if you feel super strong about something, you're not justified in forsaking your reason. That we can't stand on firm ground by emotions alone. Being a baby, even if stuff really sucks, that we have to use reason, use your brain, deliberation, your mind, the reasoning processes that hopefully you learned that might prove that it's not personal. My experience tells me that it's both, with perhaps a 60 to 65% reason. Well, in your case, it's emotion, more emotion than reason. For myself, for you, I would want 90 to 98% reason. I have a firm double standard. You notice how we're so much less tolerant of others, of somebody else's emotional than ourselves. Conflagration. We give ourselves lots of slack. They're injustice. Our shitstorms have awnings. They have tarps over them. A free shitstorm. I have not only double, but perhaps triple standards. When something happens to me, I get to feel worse about it than I think others do. My son's death put my reason in the toilet. I think on a basic level, grief is unreasonable. I had never been that angry about anything in my life. The anger that I felt poisoned my mind. It made me hate. I've never hated like that. I heard this psychologist say that sustained emotion, like sustained anger, rage, can only be kept up for a certain amount of time.
20 minutes.
The length of a coffee break. If you try to sustain emotions like hate, anger, and rage for days or weeks, it can become a pathology. It points to an illness, a mental crisis, or even an emotional disorder. Mental illness is what I felt I was going through. I hated, and I was angry. I gave myself an emotional disorder. You probably did. Grief is unreasonable. Try listening to impact statements from the families of murder victims. There aren't enough F words. An F word like forgiveness or flute. Rage out of refusing to accept the injustice. Overdose is a form of self-murder. I accepted that, I just didn't forgive him. My vibrant, athletic, intellectual, artistic, my beautiful son. He was fucking beautiful. And my emotions were just going higher and higher. And I let them. Grief is unreasonable. You're gonna die. At least die for something good. I would wake up angry. I would go to sleep angry, disgusted, horrified, pissed off at him. How could you throw your fucking life away? You're gonna die. We had so much to do. Make it fucking count. So much good shit to do. Die for something good. Die for something good. Die for something good. Overdose is fucking bullshit. After a while, I added gasoline to that fire to make it hotter, more toxic.
It got stupid.
Because I didn't want to heal. I think that's what happens when overdose is the reason for the death of your most loved one. Because accepting it meant some form of forgiving, of saying heroin is okay, just on a primal level. It fucking sucks, but I love you. I wish it wasn't this way, but I don't hate you.
Blah, blah, blah.
I hate the way he died.
I hate the way I die.
Do you hear that song? That's an Aboriginal song.
I hate the way I die.
When they used to call the boys from the village out into the outback to undergo an initiation to become men. 3-week-long initiation. It was taught to me many years ago by a friend when I was my son's age.
Blah, 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 blah.
Every day I feel a little guilt that I have had this long and rich life and that he threw his away before he really lived and became a man. And if you're doing drugs, you're fucking throwing your life away for stupid fucking heroin. It's bullshit, man. I can still feel that anger. I can taste it. It's bitter. Grief is not reasonable. You can't reason your way around it. It's like an illness. Just a small aside. I'd like to encourage you to get off social media, especially Facebook for obvious reasons. My son and many other dead drug experimenters died from ordering their drugs from social media. Well, drug dealers who are murderers. I opened an account for this podcast, well, really to get my son's pictures off of his memorial Facebook page, because that's what's left of his life, some ashes in my bedroom and some pictures on this site and some memories in my heart. I better rip those pictures down. I better rip those pictures down. I better rip those pictures down. I remember those moments.
So I did.
To look at his face, to remember his face, and read his words, and see his artwork, and look at his fights, and his training, and his schoolwork, and his friends.
It was there.
There's pictures of him playing guitars that I gave him, guitars that I gave him. Guitars that I now have stored away where I can't see them. I can never play them. They're silenced. My son will never become a man. My son was a man, a young man, almost a man. I can't believe how many adolescents are fucking their lives by getting into drugs and violence and gangs. Teenagers did not exist as a group until quite recently. And once that happened, teenagers really became the avatars of culture. Today, the teenager is an advanced child, and it accelerated in the 40s, and then by the 50s we have complete teenage culture, which became kind of the adult culture that we all still retain, that we emulate. Like most adults are just advanced, if you call that advanced. Teenagers, they still carry the same, well, they harbor the same dreams they had as teens. First girl, first boy, girl, whatever. We mythologize our teen years. And some of that was fatal for my son. And we're neither adults nor children. It didn't used to be that way. When you were called to work at 13 or 14, to fight, to hunt, that was it. You were no longer a child. You were an adult. You were initiated from a child right to an adult. And I bet it's been this way forever. If you could swing a sword or kill an animal or protect your family or farm, the past did not allow for leisure that included that's what you were expected to do. Drugs, overdosing, and this advanced fucking your life, drawn out up education with nurturing bullshit like drugs. Infantilization sucks, and not just of teens but also of ourselves as adults. It's not cutting edge or cool. It goes on and on. It's jive ass bullshit. It's fatal. It's escapism. Why die that way? At the time my son died, I saw that he was, or I thought that he was truly standing on his own 2 feet. He had a job, truly standing on his own 2 feet. He was doing beautifully in school. I thought my son was gonna survive. He was rated as an MMA fighter. Nobody who does junk survives. Unbelievable shit. Truly standing on his own 2 feet. I looked at his artwork, I was like, holy fuck, man, this kid could have been a lot of different things. He could have been a man. A multifaceted diamond. Truly standing on his own 2 feet. Drugs make you crawl on your belly, but not for very far or for very long. Truly standing on his own 2 feet. You'll be dead soon, because you're already dying if you're using. I always said that he was better than me. Just a better person. He was magnificent. I'm still having a hard time accepting you ended this way. I accept his decision. That's the only thing I can do about his decision. I don't agree with it. I accept that he made it. I don't agree with anybody's decision to destroy themselves, throw their lives in the garbage. I think that's a big mistake where your passions have squeezed out all reason, eclipsed your fucking mind. Maybe I'm getting to something here that I'm most surprised that my son joined the religion of escapism. I just didn't think that was him. That he gave up his mind, his reason. Yeah, that's it. I can't really see him doing that. He knew what heroin really was. Maybe junk is that good. A thoughtful decision that you would say, fuck my life and everybody who loves me. Every dream I ever had. So I'm confused a little because I still think that I have 100 years to live, that I'm young like my son and have all these things to do. In fact, that I'm somehow living his life for him. Like, here are the things that you would have done and tasted and found out and tried. Things you were afraid to do. But you did anyway. It's very uncomfortable to love, to truly love, and be willing to live the depth of that vulnerability, because you know you're going to lose them. I can't live his life. I used to think that my son just wanted to check out because he just didn't want to go through people dying. At least I felt that he betrayed that mystery that life is by checking out with a fucking needle. Perhaps I am overthinking this, and it was all just a big accident. It fucking sucks. The loss is like a hole. That everything, there's a hole his shape, just gets vacuumed into the universe in a long, powerful stream until it disappears into nothing. My son had a broken heart. Can I live with mine? I feel like I have to choose, like I have to decide. I mean, maybe I don't have to, but you can't, just sleep in the fucking doorway. Imagine being on your deathbed and saying to yourself, God damn it, I wish I fucking fill in the blank did X. And not just did, but became a person that you were proud of. It may not be comfortable, but I'm not going to regret my life. And I can't really live his. Do I come back to the world? Do I come back? Do I go forward? Out of the village of my private, emotional childhood bitterness, do I choose to become a man and reinitiate myself? That's something worth living for. This is crazy, but reinitiate myself, rebirth myself as a man. Not a child. And take on that thing, life, with all its dangers, with a broken heart, to live with a broken heart. What I do with that won't matter as much as choosing to do that. That's right. The subject of that decision is less important than the decision itself. To live with a broken heart. To allow my heart to be broken. To be consoled. I forgot I said that word.
To be consoled.
By reality. To be consoled by reality. To be consoled, not by fantasy or wishful thinking. One thought that does console me is that I don't hate my son. One thought that does console me is that I still love him. Privately. I have to do so privately. Well, this isn't so private. Can I create a new person out of myself? Create something that wasn't there before? Art and music and story. A new person. Hi. I'm going to initiate myself as a new person. As a new person. Doing that through my representations, my actions, my mind. What is a person anyway? Is it the body, the brain, the history of their actions? It's something that we all have. Yeah, I'm so sorry too. When somebody dies, we recognize it. We recognize something has left, has been returned. Rejoin the storm that they came from to begin with. And I stand in the world to say these things. There's no coming or going. There's just being. I don't want to hate him anymore. To become a new person, that we're all one family. To become a new person. I don't want to hate him anymore. I'm opposed to self-deception as a terrible form of injustice. It's fatal. Injustice in any form, however, wherever, whenever it occurs, it fucking sucks. Fucking sucks. And we all have a responsibility to decrease its proliferation through our actions. If we are the authors of unjust actions and outcomes, turn towards the living world, reform ourselves. Injustice is also against the self. To challenge my faults, overdose, using drugs like heroin is an injustice. To make myself to the self. A new person, a new person, a new person, a new person. I don't know why you did what you did.
Yeah.
I never thought I could feel this much grief, this much love. One thought that does console me is that I love you, son, that I don't hate you. I don't know what else to say about that. Here's that song. Sal culpa de litina wewa. Sal culpa de litina wewa. Waki 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 wawutwa. Wanta wanta wea wanantua. Mutalala maluitalala. Mr. Nobody.